UB.net presents Poker2Nite. Coming up, who will dominate the felt in 2010? We'll tell you in check, raise, fold. Feel the terror of bluffing into Phil Ivey tonight in the tank. And in poker, even dinner gets competitive. Justin Bonomo and friends settle the check with a round of credit card roulette. We'll be joined in studio by tournament director extraordinaire Matt Savage. All that plus another edition of Phil's Best Blowups, and Dana Workman draws to the gutter balls on Poker2Nite. Hello and welcome to Poker2Nite. I'm Scott Huff, and alongside me, as always, is Joe Sebok. And Sebes, you've got to kind of feel like the last man on earth right now. I mean, every living poker player in the U.S. is somewhere else playing in a poker tournament, and you're still here. Why?
Well, we're doing the show tonight. I'm committed. I'm committed to you. But immediately I'm off to the airport. I'm heading down to Bahamas. You know, and even after that, Aussie Millions is going on. So January really becomes sort of that mass exodus, you know, month for United States poker players.
Yeah, for sure. And it's kind of sad to say that I feel like I'm stuck in LA, but it's so many beautiful tropical locations. And best of luck in the tournament.
My friend, thank you. And you're always welcome. Oh, we always have a spot for you. Don't worry.
Talk to my fiance about that. All right, well, tournament poker in the U.S. is on a bit of a hiatus, and we're going to take advantage of the quiet to make some predictions on who to look out for in the coming year with a little check, raise, fold. And Sebok, why don't you take it away?
Well, let's start off with somebody that we seem to mention on every single show. S01. This guy is dominating. He's getting crushed. He's losing. He's winning. I think he's still an up-and-comer, and I think that he's going to continue to dominate.
I'm looking at this from a money perspective. If he comes to me and asks me for cash, I am saying no. I mean, he's won huge amounts for sure, but then he's lost a lot of it back. And that to me just means it's on the level. I mean, he might break even for the year. You don't know. But if he was asking me for my money, I'm not backing him, so I'm going check.
I have to disagree. I'm going with raise. He's going to be a force.
All right, up next, we've got Patrick Antonius. Now, Patrick Antonius is a perennial powerhouse in poker. He's Isildur's main nemesis right now as well. But this is a guy, we talk about on the show all the time, figuring out people's styles. He seems like the kind of guy where no one has quite figured out his style yet.
Who? Patrick? We're talking about Patrick? Where is Patrick? I don't even know where this guy is. The nice thing about, you know, online poker in 2010 is he can sit in Finland and he can dominate and he can still make his millions. So I'm going to go with raise on this, but Patrick, come out, play a little poker with us, a little bit live.
I'm going with raise as well.
All right, let's move on to another guy, Gus Hansen. Same thing, where is he? What is the story? I mean, he has skills, the Great Dane, he's got all these wins, but where is this man? I haven't seen him anywhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping that, you know, he has his book, Every Hand Revealed. I want every break revealed. Where'd you go, Gus? What are you doing? But I mean, the last time he came out of hiding like this, he won the Aussie Millions, so it could be a big year for Gus, even though he's kind of disappeared off the scene. So I'm going to go with raise.
Oh, man, absolutely not. I'm going with fold. You have to show up to win.
All right, up next, we've got the youngest main event world champion of all time, this year's reigning champion, Joe Cata. Joe Cata, I mean, 21 years old. Can you really make something else happen? I mean, I feel like his luck ran out at that final table.
Naysaying. Naysaying. He won the World Series of Poker main event. He's only 21 years old. This kid is only going to improve. Just stay away from those small pairs. You don't have to jam it every single time. So I'm going to go with raise.
In 2010, 4-1 underdogs are not going to hold up. Fold.
That's probably a safe bet. All right, let's go from one of the youngest poker players to one of the guys that has been around the block the longest, the godfather of poker, Doyle Brunson. Need he do any more in this game?
Well, I think he wants to, is the issue. I think he does want to actually maybe cement his legacy a little bit more, put himself back ahead of some of these guys that have now matched him. I mean, Phil Hellmuth is ahead by a bracelet. I think Doyle comes to play at least in the World Series of Poker this year. So I'm going to have to go with raise for Doyle.
I wish I could agree. I have to go with fold. We haven't heard anything from a long time from Doyle.
Folding the Godfather. That is sacrilege, my friend. Well, one guy you can always count on for a raise, if only for the tension level in the room, is Phil Hellmuth. In today's edition of Phil's Best Blowups, we get to see the quiet side of Phil. Just don't mistake quiet for calm.
Bring it on. Hello, I'm Phil Hellmuth Jr., and welcome to Phil's Best Blowups. This one's an oldie but a goodie. From the World Poker Tour Foxwoods final table back in 2005, against Hoyt Corkins. That lucky son of a gun hit running sevens on me after starting off completely dead and then raising me on the flop with nothing. My blood really does still boil when I think about this one.
Phil flops the top pair.
Yes, he does. He flops a nice pair of nines, and he's going to come out and bet it.
He bets 25,000. And look at this, Vince. Hoyt has raised him with absolutely nothing here on a stone bluff. He's made it 70,000. Phil's going to call him.
Here comes 4th Street.
Well, that gives Hoyt a pair of 7s. It quickly goes check, check.
Last card comes up.
Oh.
Look at this. It's hit 3 of a kind for Hoyt.
He has hit the slot machine. 3 7s right here.
And Phil is going to bite here. This time he's going to bet it.
Yeah, he's going to bite his tongue when this hand's over with. He comes out and bets 80,000. And Hoyt's going to raise him.
This is a potential disaster for Phil Hellmuth.
Folks, we have a very potential wine fest coming up right here in a minute. It's 80,000 more for him to call.
Oh, and he's
And he
going to
does
call
call
it.
it. He is not going to like this when he sees this hand. He jumps out of his seat.
Oh, no.
Look at-
It's like his pants are on fire.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, I had him drawn to running 7-7.
That is pain, folks.
Oh, that is a disaster for Phil, and he's talking to himself.
Well, he has reason to talk to himself here. That was a bad beat, Vince. Running 7s for Hoyt to take that pot away from him when he tried to stealing it early in this hand.
Well, Phil, put the gun down. It'll be okay.
I knew I'd nail him. I didn't think he'd suck out.
Look at this. He's steaming like a cheap economy car, Phil.
I'm going to tell you one thing. If you took that hat off his head right now, you could fry an egg on his head right now, Vince.
Right about
He
that.
is steaming.
Well, that might not have been the loudest reaction I've ever had. Ever heard of silent but deadly? As Mike and Vince mentioned already, you could almost see the steam shooting from my ears. Dead to running 7s, and he gets there. What a freaking joke. I'm 11-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner Phil Hellmuth Jr., and this has been Phil's Best Blow-Ups.
Wow, Phil Hellmuth, the quiet storm there, but a storm nonetheless.
I think you'd just woken up from a nap, actually.
On the wrong side of the bed.
As always.
A bit of an understated Phil there, but now it's time to check in with our own poker brat, Dana Workman, and see what's coming up in the weekly misdeal. Dana?
Hey guys, coming up tonight, poker takes a Caribbean adventure, a Guinness World Record smashed, and would you spend $25,000 on Star Trek poker memorabilia? Well, some nerd did, and you'll hear all about it tonight on the Weekly Misdeal.
Well, if you want to nerd out at the WSOP, UB.net is giving away more than that guy spent every week in the Poker2Nite Pro Challenge. More info on that later in the show.
When we get back on Poker Tonight, we'll be joined in studio by Tournament Director to the Stars, Matt Savage. More Poker Tonight, back after this. Poker Tonight is